The one-page marketing plan by Allan provides a 9-point framework for getting the most out of your marketing efforts as a small to medium-sized business. The first 3 points are the before phase, or before a prospect has expressed interest in your business. Points 4 through 6 are the during phase, when a prospect is interested but hasn't bought anything. And finally, points 7 through 9 are the after phase, or after they've bought from you. The goal of the process is really to establish a strategy that reliably delivers leads that convert into customers, and to avoid what Deeb calls random acts of marketing. So let's start in the top left corner of the page and discuss point number 1, selecting your target market. First of all, it's not everyone. As a small to medium-sized business, you need to be very specific about who you're trying to reach if you want to compete with larger corporations. You don't have the luxury of running expensive media campaigns that reach everyone. You need to identify a very specific type of person whose problems you can solve. What are that person's goals? What do they like? What are their top daily frustrations? You need to know all this to message effectively. Once you have a strong understanding of your target market, you can move on to point number 2, crafting your message. Many small businesses try to stay general in their messaging, and it comes from an understandable place. They want to have broad appeal for what they're selling. The problem is, if you're not focusing your message on solving a specific problem for a specific type of customer, you are at substantial risk for having your message glossed over or completely disregarded. If it's not direct, easy to understand, and relatable with a clear call to action or next step, you're going to get drowned out in all the other noise. So now that we've decided on a message, we'll move on to point number 3, reaching prospects with advertising media. We have the people we want to reach and the message we want to give them. Now we need to find where these people are and how we can reach them. The decision on which media platforms to use should be influenced by where your target market is paying attention. If you're selling a business software, LinkedIn probably makes a lot of sense. If you're selling a camera, Instagram and Snapchat are certainly worth investigating. Equally as important as finding these customers is knowing how much money it costs you to do so. This is your customer acquisition cost. You'll then compare this number to the additional revenue you make from each sale, as well as all the revenue you expect to make from this customer in the future. This is your customer lifetime value. It's really worth taking the time to understand these two numbers, even if there are multiple touch points throughout your sales cycle. Knowing these numbers allows you to only spend money on campaigns you know are delivering maximum value. So let's say your target customer saw your message through the media you chose, followed the call to action, and is ready to let you know they're interested. The next step is to move on to point 4, capturing leads. The vast majority of potential customers are not ready to buy the first time they hear about your business. You need to get them interested in what you do by providing relevant value in the form of things like blog posts, newsletters, free reports, or video courses in exchange for their information, ideally both contact information and relevant sales information. The goal is not to close the sale right then and there, but to deliver some initial value and establish a way to stay in touch in the future. The next point, number 5, is nurturing leads. This is done by building upon the things we did to get their information in the first place. Provide content that's highly relevant, helpful, and free. It helps to establish an automatic schedule for this process to ensure it's repeatable. This can be done on a timing basis like daily, weekly, monthly, or driven by events. For example, a prospect downloads a free report from you on last quarter's real estate market activity. This automatically enrolls them in a 4-video educational course emailed over the next month on what to look for when purchasing a commercial property. Once you've established enough trust with your prospect, you'll move on to point number 6, the sales conversion. 2 essential things to consider here are pricing and number of offerings. Your price should convey the position you want to hold in the market and speak to the quality of your product or service. A tried and true strategy is to have a standard offering and a premium offering priced about 50% higher that offers about double the value. In addition, having an ultra-high ticket offering that's unlimited or lifetime access can serve 2 important purposes. 1, it can make up a significant portion of your revenue, even if you only sell a few. And 2, it makes your other offerings look comparatively cheap. So once a sale is converted, we move on to point number 7, delivering a world-class customer experience. This is the start of the after phase, where the goal is to maintain existing customers, increase their average transaction value, and generate consistent referrals. As a business owner, you need to shoulder the responsibility of making sure your customers see value from your products and services. Business today is fast-moving and hyper-competitive. As ridiculous as it might sound to say running shoes are a scam because you never ended up running, this line of thinking is much easier to imagine in a B2B software setting. You need to take responsibility for consistently delivering results for your clients, and in order to do that, you need to build systems. Building systems also makes your business more attractive to potential buyers if that's a road you eventually want to take. If you or someone else is completely indispensable, you'll be lowering the value of your business because the system is not repeatable or reliable. It depends on the presence and buy-in of one or a few individuals. Building systems is really just as simple and as arduous as identifying all the roles in your business, defining what tasks each role performs, and creating checklists for completing those tasks. It's a long, laborious process, and it's easy to put it off, but taking the time to write out these specific systems will pay off in the long run. Point number 8 is about increasing customer lifetime value, and there's 5 major ways the author suggests that you do this. The first is by raising your prices. Second, you can upsell, or sell additional products to existing customers. Third, you can upgrade your customers to a more premium package. Fourth, you can increase the frequency of when your customers buy from you with strategies like expiration-dated coupons or subscription services. And fifth, you can reactivate old customers by reaching out to understand why they stopped buying from you and respond genuinely about what you've done to improve in those areas. In addition to these strategies, 3 metrics to focus on that have a disproportionately large effect on your bottom line are leads, conversion rate, and average transaction value. If you can increase these 3 numbers, you're virtually guaranteeing growth in your business. The 9th and final point is orchestrating and stimulating referrals. People make referrals because they want to help their friends and they want to look and feel good. They don't do it to help business owners. That being the case, you need to ask for referrals in a way that allows your customers to do just that. A simple way might be to give your most satisfied customers a free trial code or a 20% off coupon and ask them to share it with any friends or colleagues that could also benefit from your solutions. It's also worth thinking about who else is serving your customers and determining if there's a cross-promotional opportunity. An accounting firm might be a good source of leads for a law firm, or a data company might have lots of qualified leads for a CRM service. And that's it for this review of The One-Page Marketing Plan by Allan Deeb. Subscribe below for more book reviews and check the links for ways to buy the One-Page Marketing Plan for yourself.